Welcome to the General Store, WCSM's General Store, in fact.
Oh, yeah.
You see that fancy little sign back there? We're so glad that you are here with us. I'm your host, Sheila Stephen, and with me, as always, is Curt Durnall, Mark Raper, and Bill Williams, and which is what WCSM stands for. If you missed that earlier episode, W is for William,
Right.
C for Curt, S for Sheila, M for Mark. So WCSM's General Store. Did you see this
It is.
sweet little thing right here? Isn't that cute?
Nice.
And you want to tell us where that came from?
Yeah, it belonged to my mom, and
Miss
yeah.
D.
So as Dad and my wife Lori were going through some things over there, they found that and thought for sure that we might want to take a look at it and see it, maybe add it to the show. And what I was hoping maybe was to see if we could get somebody who listens to the show maybe to paint WCSM across the top.
I like
or
it.
Maybe even on the side. Or just we can get creative with it. So
Well, there you go. If you're an
it's-
artist or just can wield a paintbrush
now that's something
handily, I
that was
don't
your-
paint. That was what I would like.
want
I wish I could
be able
yeah,
to.
like Bob Ross.
Yeah.
You know, happy trees and all the things, but I can't do that. I sew, but I can't
sew what?
paint. I sew. Did you see my britches?
So button. Oh, can you?
I can't get
You
up
can't-
because I'll fall out of my booster seat. Our producer Mike Richardson
He
has a booster seat for me. Not one,
Oh,
but two pillows.
Right.
The
And
double
they're-
booster.
Yeah, my feet are not touching the ground,
it's okay. You're doing a great job.
but I'm used to it. They don't touch the ground when I drive my truck. They don't touch the ground whenever I'm sitting down anywhere,
So you're used to that,
just dangling.
right?
So anyway,
That's
it was very
awesome.
thoughtful of Mike to have a booster seat
It really
for the short
was.
person.
Unfortunately, we can't see the pants that you're wearing. You said you made them.
Yeah, I've been sewing clothes and really kind of repurposing or upcycling. I love to go thrifting, and so I go to thrift stores and buy things that I really look for fabrics. When you go thrifting to upcycle, you don't look for a particular shirt that you like. You look for a fabric that you like, and then I can take that and make it into something else, or combine two things, or add two, or whatever. So that's what I've done.
So this could be a fabric on anything, not just a bolt of fabric. It could be like
It's a shirt.
an old shirt,
Or a pair of pants, or a
blanket.
skirt, or a jacket, blankets,
Denim.
all of it. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a lot of fun.
That's
it's
really
very
cool.
It's really more textile art than sewing. I am not a seamstress. I could not make something from a pattern to save my life. So I use no patterns. It's just whatever vision kind of I have in my head, and it kind of just takes me where it wants to, and it's been a lot of fun.
Retirement is treating you well.
Yeah, I
isn't it?
love it. I can't tell you if I could tell you one thing, it's to retire early while you're still young enough to enjoy it. I mean, if you can. I mean, obviously not everyone can, but
Right,
and like my husband, I've mentioned this before, he loves his job. He loves what he does. He has a real passion for the crane industry and the construction, heavy equipment industry. So he'll probably die, on a job site because he just loves what he does.
Doing what he loves.
But me, not so much.
So you like being at home.
I like being at home,
Like
taking
sewing
care of
and
my family and
dangling
my
your feet
my dangling
from the-
feet.
yeah, from the chair. Yeah.
It will touch the floor to hit my sewing machine foot feed, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
You
anyway,
don't have adapters or anything on
I
that?
don't know. No, yes, I do. I have a block. I have a block on my foot feed for my sewing machine.
We need a picture.
Kind of like
Send
my
Mike a
truck.
picture.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we are can you believe it's 2023?
It's beyond.
I know.
I don't
Beyond
know that I
anything
thought
for
I'd
me.
be alive in the year 2023 because, like, growing up, we watched the cartoon The Jetsons, which was set
Oh,
kind of near this.
I think it was 2022. I think I
Was
saw
it?
that somewhere.
Yeah, so isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Which,
So where's our flying cars?
which is totally. And where's my maid,
Yeah.
Right.
the robot maid?
I
We're
guess
close.
the vacuum is there.
Right, we've got the
Yeah.
autonomous cars. We got the electric vehicles
Yeah.
and the ones
Yeah.
that
We are
automatically
close.
go.
Yeah, yeah.
right.
Mhm.
And we
So we're
have
getting-
drones.
We do have drones.
So
Drones are pretty cool.
they
yeah,
are.
yeah,
And that's probably going to be a flying car at some point.
Probably.
yeah. So isn't that weird though? I mean, that's what back then. So what was the Jetsons in the 60s?
62
think.
is when it came
Okay.
out. Yes.
And so that's what they imagined 2022, 2023 would look like.
Yeah.
So maybe not far off, but we're not necessarily wearing like the shoulder pads and the.
We did that in the 90s.
Yeah,
didn't we?
that was a little early.
Aren't up on stilts.
Exactly.
Right.
Right. Exactly. But yeah. So, did you all have a good New Year's? Do you have New Year's Eve traditions with your family?
We do. We have New Year's Eve traditions. We have the Christmas traditions, of course. Mom always fried donuts, and she would take a bottle, like a Coke bottle or a RC bottle, and lay out the dough and put the bottle on top, and that was the pattern for the donuts that she would make, and then she would put them together like that. It was really
That's interesting.
it really was. It was fun, and
I don't know anyone that hand makes or home makes donuts. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, since I've retired, now I can eat donuts.
Yes.
I didn't
Yes,
eat
you can,
right? That
because-
was a big rule that,
Yes.
that I had. But one of the new traditions that we had over the holiday season, we did this on New Year's Eve as well. I've found a software called Kahoot. Have you heard of this?
No.
It's Kahoot, Kahoot, and basically you set up these games or these questions on your computer, on your phone, and then everybody in your family signs in, and you send them a PIN number, and they all get into this game with you.
Now,
and
you all in the same room?
all in the same room, or
It could be anywhere.
you could be remote. Absolutely,
Wow.
but it's more fun. It's more fun in the same room. But I created the Durnall Family Quiz, which would be questions that only the Durnall family should know, or actually I say should know, not necessarily anybody else. So questions like. If Dad answers the phone and the first thing out of his mouth is, "Hey, bud," who just called?
So who is Dad? Oh,
Me,
no,
me,
I see
me,
what you're
I'm
saying.
Dad.
I see. Yeah,
So
then it would be Mark.
It'd be Mark. Mark Raper would be the answer to that question, and my kids would know that because they're in the family.
They hear him
So-
say, "Hey, bud," a lot.
Yes.
I'm calling a lot.
So we had
Well,
a great
that's fun.
time, and it's one of those. You may have seen them at the restaurants. It's not exactly the right answer, but it's who answers the right way the fastest. So you
Yeah.
get more points if you answer very, very quickly. So of course, Lori won both times. It's really unfair.
I think you
Really?
rigged it that way. Though.
I probably did.
Yes.
So I didn't, want to make sure she had fun. So I had
That's
a blast.
interesting because that reminds me a little bit of those. So you can buy conversation cards. I've got 2 packs of them. But basically, it's just cards, like a deck of cards, and there are questions on each card, and then you sit together as a family. We do that a lot.
Really?
And my favorite thing to do is to interview people. I
Yeah.
love interviewing people. I'm just so interested to know what, who they are, where they're from, or
Yeah.
what they're thinking. And so that's really fun. So we sit around and do that a lot. I'll ask the question, and then we'll all answer it. So that's very similar to that. I love that idea.
That's cool. It's just called conversation cards?
Yeah, they're just called conversation cards. Yeah,
Wow.
you could get them probably. There's probably several different versions on even Amazon, I would
Nice.
imagine. But they're a lot of fun.
You should probably bring that to the next show.
There you go.
Oh, I love that idea.
See that
good,
light bulb go off
I
over there?
know.
Oh, I love that idea. It's one of my favorite
Okay.
things to do. Yeah,
Can
that's
we
great.
do a pass on it if we don't?
No, absolutely not. No passing.
No.
Nope.
No.
Wow, pressure will be on, Curt.
Yep.
It's
You
like
get,
truth or dare.
you
type.
have to answer. You have to answer.
Oh my.
Bill, do you have New Year's Eve traditions?
Yeah, on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, actually, Mary Ann always fixes cornbread, or not cornbread, and then
Corned beef.
and cabbage.
Oh, absolutely. That's a big one.
Got to
For,
throw a dime in there.
oh, really?
That's an old Irish tradition, according to her, anyway. So I'm not
No,
Irish. So.
Really?
What happens to the dime?
Well, you hope you don't get it. So,
I mean, do you
Yeah.
drop it in and every man for himself, or do you take it back out? Or no, it stays in.
it stays in till.
I didn't ever hear that.
Yeah, she
No,
was
the emergency rooms are open on New Year's
Exactly.
Eve, so it's okay. I mean, if something
Yeah.
does happen.
Yeah.
Right? So
Dime's not
I
very
guess
big.
that's why they took the smaller coin.
I'm gonna say dime's not very big. You probably be easy to, Yeah. Well, you know what I'm saying. We'll just stop there.
So does something cook off the dime, that like the silver or whatever?
I don't know.
Do they even
I
make
don't know. I don't
silver?
know if she washes it. It's hard telling.
That's a question you don't want to ask.
I don't want to know.
I mean, it could have some pocket lint or the bottom of the purse lint. I mean, but that's okay.
Totally. Is.
As long as the corned beef and cabbage is boiling at a high enough temperature, it's going to sanitize whatever
Totally
was
good.
stuck to the dime. So
Oh,
you're
yeah,
okay.
that's for sure. We'd be in good shape.
Corned beef
But
and
can-
cabbage
yeah.
is a big
think
New Year's
tradition,
Day
yeah.
Cabbage
tradition.
is for
Yeah.
luck. Is that right? Cabbage.
think so.
I think that's what my grandmother used as well. Yeah, that's
I think so.
interesting.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
interesting.
Yep.
So,
And the kids come over and indulge as well. So it's
That's
great.
awesome.
It's
All
a-
of them, like everybody, like Andy, the grandkids, everybody at different
times
times.
of the day. Yeah. Yep.
excellent.
So
That's
yep.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing better than having them all under one
Oh,
roof.
That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of fun.
What do you have a New Year's Eve or day?
Yeah, well, a couple of things. Both are Renata's. She has to have all laundry done before midnight.
Mm-mm.
I don't know why. Just no.
Before midnight, New Year's Eve.
Yes,
So she doesn't want to start the new year with dirty laundry.
correct.
That's an interesting. I wonder if that's a.
She thinks it's terrible bad luck to have dirty laundry on New Year's Day.
Worse than a dime in your cabbage?
Could be. I don't know.
Wait. A dirty dime.
And the
dirty
other,
dime.
Yeah.
I got
the
you.
other
Exactly.
tradition, we have to eat black-eyed peas, and that's so
Yeah,
you
no,
won't.
I've heard that one too.
You won't. You won't go broke, and it's
Right.
worked for us so far.
Nobody's starving.
Good to know.
But our kids hate it. They eat one. And they cover it in ketchup. I actually like black-eyed peas. I think they're fine. I don't have a
I
problem.
don't think
with
I've ever tried them.
Oh,
They're like a
They're
bean,
not-
really.
yeah,
They're more of
they're
a
more-
legume than they are a
yes,
pea.
Yeah.
Yeah, they.
Interesting.
Yeah, they
But
really are more just like
I
a
eat
brown
'em.
bean or a
Navy bean.
Navy
even.
bean kinda, yeah.
Tastes like
It doesn't
that.
bother me at all. I mean, I think they taste pretty good. And
You just scarf
okay,
them
it's
right
just
down.
another meal for me.
You never met a meal you didn't like.
No, very few.
Oh, that's good. I like it. Like I'm gonna have to talk
Happy
to her
New
about the
Year.
laundry thing.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We've been doing this actually since the boys were too young to really know what a steak was. Boy, do I miss those days. And we could take them to Yanko's and they would order a hot dog and applesauce.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, those were good days.
Yeah,
I love
you'd be
it.
happy
But now-
about it.
But now we we still go to Yanko's and but they order steak. But yeah, so that's our New Year's. That's the one we only go one time a year. It's Yanko's is our favorite
Mine
steak
too.
place.
Mine
New Year's
too.
Day or
New Year's Eve.
Eve. Ah, I
yeah, we
gotcha.
go for
Okay,
dinner,
I gotcha.
but we can only afford it once a year, so
Yeah.
that's the night we pick.
I tell you,
and
it is good though.
It's so
I've
good.
been all over the world.
You
It's still my favorite.
can't beat their
I
steak.
don't think you can.
can't
First
beat
time
it.
I ever went was last month.
I love
Yeah,
it.
it was crazy. I
Shut
know,
up. Are you kidding
I've lived
me?
in Bloomington all my life, and I've
You know,
never gone.
I have talked since I've done the ride share now. I've talked to many locals, and they have never even heard of Yonkos.
Oh my word!
Yeah, it's
How do you
crazy.
know about Yonkos?
Yeah.
It's the best steak
It
we've
is
ever
very
had.
good.
We always get the fillet too, and you can literally cut it like a hot knife through butter with just your
Oh,
fork. You don't even have to cut it. You know
I
what I
was
mean?
very
Like
impressed.
It's so good.
it was so good. So yeah, we do that, which is fun now because they both have girlfriends, longtime girlfriends, and so they go with us now too. I can see our family growing, which is so
you can see
exciting.
the bill growing as well.
And the bill grows too, but that's Perry. So
the hot
he's-
dogs and applesauce are going.
no more hot dogs and applesauce.
Sheila's gonna have to order that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just reverses.
And the best thing is they cut mine up for me. You know,
That's so nice. That's
That it's
sweet.
full circle.
It's sweet,
Full circle
yeah.
moment. But yeah, then we come back home. We watch. Now, what I've done the last couple years, which I absolutely love, is we watch church from home online Sunday mornings, and I have since COVID hit. I found God put Pastor Jack Hibbs in my life and in my path, and he's from Calvary Chapel, Chino Hills in California, and so he has a New Year's Eve service every New Year's Eve. So the last few years we've watched it and done communion at the house too after we get back, and I love that. What a great way to start your year, right? Remembering
Nice. Yeah.
the work at the cross by Christ, and we play games. So
Really try Kahoot. I'm telling you.
I know we might check
It's
into
good
that.
stuff. It's pretty easy to. I mean, I can do it.
Yeah,
So.
but you had to come up with all the questions.
That does take some time,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it makes it so much more fun.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, think about Garrett trivia.
Yeah.
Or Griffin trivia.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, or something.
Oh, there's some good ones there.
Or your dog,
Yeah, Harper.
Harper.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Yeah,
Duh.
yeah.
Would
Sure you
never
did.
forget your dog.
You're fired. She's my favorite child.
I knew it wouldn't
and you
last.
forgot her
I'm
name.
sorry.
Okay, we'll be back without Curt Durnall right after this, so stick around for more of the General Store. reason we're laughing so heartily is because, so the first segment, I was talking about my feet dangling, and I just explained to them that the truck I drive has got the pedals, which is an awesome feature if you're 4'11", because the pedals of your vehicle come toward you, but they're still too far away. So
Now, is that a feature that you had put in?
No, it came in from the factory.
Okay. So you don't
Yep.
push a button and they come a little, because some cars will do that.
Tell
Oh, no,
Telescope.
no,
So
yeah,
they-
I've got
they
a
will-
button that pushes, and I can bring them
It'll
all the
bring
way
them
up to our
right.
shin, probably. No, I haven't gone that far, but maybe that's the problem. Maybe I
Sheila,
should.
They do make steering wheels that have the gas and the brake on the steering wheel.
That's
I may
correct.
need to get those.
I don't like those at all. I've tried them.
Have you?
And just about wrecked the car.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's like the paddles.
It's
Not a
yeah,
good thing.
Very
Well, I
awkward.
actually have to sit, as I was telling you guys, I have to sit at an angle so my foot will reach the accelerator. How silly is that? So you were making fun of me and saying, "Uh-oh, I get
was making fun of you.
Yes, yeah.
I've never noticed that
I'm just
before.
thinking, if you knew a stop sign was coming, you could
Yeah,
go
I
ahead and do
could
the shift
completely twist and yeah,
and then back in
exactly.
there. So yeah,
But, hey,
the stop sign
short
shift.
girl problems, but it's okay.
I think you're a good driver, no matter what the state of Tennessee says.
I'm
I
a
don't care.
different. I don't do. See, how is it? Perry says,
I don't know.
drive offense. You drive offense.
Offensively.
Offense.
Just go for it.
Okay.
Your driving is offensive?
It probably for probably for a lot of people, I'm guessing.
Now the defensive driving instructor in
That didn't
Tennessee
do any
said
good, huh?
You did great after that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He really.
But you and Perry went as a team, right?
Yes, we did. Which makes a lot of sense considering Perry told me to be an offensive
There you
driver.
go. It's like, hey, buddy, you're in this too, right?
I got 3 tickets. This is back. So at one time I lived in Nashville, Tennessee. I was there. I lived down there during the week. I had an writer artist deal with EMI Music Publishing. And so I was down there during the week, and then I'd come home every weekend. Perry stayed up here in Bloomington. And within the span of like 3 weeks, I got a driving award in Tennessee, Kentucky, and Indiana.
Wow.
Like within,
Trifecta.
it was pretty awesome.
Has that ever been done before?
Well, I mean, Secretariat.
I don't think so.
Secretariat was the last time.
It's the Triple Crown.
Look at the company you're in here. That's fantastic.
Yeah, so,
Wow.
and then, like, within the month, Perry he had to take a defensive driving course, too.
Wow.
Anyway, so, yeah, we did it together. It was really,
Couples night.
Couples night. Yeah.
it was a couple. All skate.
There you go.
That's nothing like a date with your wife.
Come on, honey.
Driving school.
We're headed to the defensive
Got a
driving
great
school.
place to take
Oh,
you
I love
tonight.
The best part was, I think he was really proud of me.
I'm sure he was.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, so anyway. Yeah, so I have tried to back that down a little bit, but
I think you're doing a great job.
I think as you get older, I don't know if you calm down or you just know your reflexes aren't as good. You know
It's
what
so
I mean?
true.
I might not be able to stop, so
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't tailgate as
Right.
close as I used to.
Right. Yeah.
But anyway, the bad thing is I've passed it on. Garrett's a pretty good driver. I think he's pretty safe. Now, he's got a heavy foot, but I think all 20-year-olds do. Griffin, on the other hand, man, I have ruined him. He, like, I don't say he cusses people, but
So we're close.
but yeah, I mean, like he really is. Like he complains a lot about the drivers
Other
around
drivers,
him.
yeah. I
Which
do-
was me.
I do that
mean,
quite
I did
often.
that.
I do that.
So,
I understand.
anyway.
Have you seen the other drivers?
Yeah. And so true.
There's that. So
Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
We've always said if it wasn't for defensive drivers, the roads would be a parking lot.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't for the people who actually care and do things that are the right way and keep, the following distance of speed, all that kind of stuff, we absolutely have a parking lot out there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So thank God for those.
So anyway, well, and thank God. So this is all fairly new to us, not the 4 of us together, but the
Right.
podcast and a YouTube channel, and so exciting. And so we've been at this now about a month, and so we're getting some. I learned all the lingo watching the YouTube channels that I've been watching for
been
a
on-
while. So people who subscribed
Yeah.
to our channel is called subbies. they call them subbies. So,
Oh, you've been
so
on the
we've got
YouTube,
some.
haven't
I
you?
got been on the YouTubes, on the intrawebs.
You've been on the YouTube.
I've been on the YouTubes, and so we've got some subbies, and we want to.
We do.
And a lot of people following our Facebook page, and y'all are getting invested and really lifting us up and supporting us, and we're so thankful that you're on this journey with us. So we
Well,
want to say hi and hugs to a few of them.
Right, and I was telling you before the show started that I was looking through all the people who had, made some comment, put a thumbs up, a smile, a heart, whatever it is, or actually made a comment of some type of encouragement to us. And about page 3 is where I said, I can't do this. I can't type this much. I don't have time to get all through this. So we just want to say thank you to some of the folks out there that have been with us for a long time, and those who have said some nice things. Jamie Boltinghouse, Jim Jackson, remember that name. All of us know him. Danny Persifield, Jeff Fincham, who was a guest on our show years ago.
Yep.
Jeff is out there supporting us. Gina Crow, Kirby Staley, Curtis Porter. Let's see here. Corey Richardson. She made a very nice comment after week 1. So very nice folks. Vanita Van, Amy Kinnaman Blackwell, Kim Judge has been with us from the start. Angie Rocky as well. Yvonne Dunnigan, thank you for your support. Greg Puckett and Lisa Marie Hacker, just to name a few folks.
Nice.
So I mean, 3 pages worth, and this is just the beginning. So thank you so much for supporting us and being.
Yep. We appreciate it so much, and we just ask that you continue to share, and let's try to build a YouTube community, and our hope is that we're going to get some merch, maybe some t-shirts, coffee mugs, things like that, and then as we get those subscription milestones, like when we get our first 100 subscribers, and then 500 subscribers, and then 1,000, and we build that community, we're going to give some free stuff away. So we'd love to ask you to share in that. So. Speaking of sharing, do you do any? Are you one to do New Year's resolutions? Like,
No.
Yeah. No, you never have.
No, I don't think so. I'm just not been into it. Sorry.
Yeah. So, are you of a mind that if there's something in my life that needs change, I'm going to do it now?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Do you do any?
Not really.
Resolutions?
Not really. I was my goal obviously usually forms around fitness and keeping the weight off, that type of thing, and trying not to get what I call excess sugar.
Oh.
Like if there's sugar in the pasta and the shrimp dish that I'm eating, so be it.
Right.
But try not to reach for that
Cheesecake.
candy bar or down that Mountain Dew that I love.
Now, is that a New
Sweet
Year's?
tea.
Is that kind of a resolution for you? Do you find yourself doing that every beginning of the year because you've just gone through the holidays?
No,
or?
that started after my physical back in October.
Oh, so it's more of a doctor, not
yeah.
mandated, but he's
No.
like, yeah, you probably ought to.
Just
Yeah.
give that a watch. So I am, and he's going to be so proud of me next
Well, there you
Good.
go.
October.
Good
So
deal.
there you
Good.
go.
Good
Now,
job.
when you do that, when you step back from those things, do you notice that? Do you feel better, or do you lose weight, or what's?
Both.
Oh, yeah?
Both. And for years, if I ever wanted to take just a few off, I call it my PCB diet. So no pop candy or bread.
Oh,
That's what does it for me. So I don't know why that is. I'm
carbs.
thinking it's probably that way for a lot of folks. But if I can stay away from the pop, if I can stay away from the candy, and as much bread, of course I love bread.
Oh yes, absolutely.
It's tough. It's tough, especially at some places when they get that cinnamon butter and
Yes.
oh,
Yeah.
come on, you
Yeah.
know, you're making it tough. But anyway, that's usually what does it for me, and I feel
That's
better.
Satan.
It is
And so the Bible says,
the
"Get thee
form-
behind me, Satan."
in the form of cinnamon butter.
That's exactly right.
That's
yeah.
exactly.
Hey,
what it is.
he's a
Right.
shapeshifter,
Oh.
dude. He'll show up as anything.
He has no shame whatsoever. He'll come at you.
No,
so.
no, not at all. Bill, any resolutions for you? Do you ever do that?
I do, and maybe have them already broken by the middle of January.
I know,
so it
right?
doesn't,
Yeah.
How about you? Do you do it? Do you do resolutions?
I think at one point maybe it was like, I'm going to start working out. So,
yeah, exactly.
I remember that.
yeah.
Can we
You know
talk
what?
about that a little bit?
You know what? I have
We're not gonna talk about
discovered.
it?
No, we're going to talk about
Okay.
it. No. 'Cause I own my shortcomings.
I remember.
all about
wait a
my
minute,
shortcomings.
Didn't you hire a guy named Alejandro to be your personal trainer or something like that? But way back in the day, I remember seeing.
No,
those
it was my cousin, David Drake, who, by the way, like he was a bodybuilder and would compete. He was incredible. He was great. And I did work out with him for a while, and he
remember.
was
Yeah, you
really
did.
pretty
Yes.
nice.
I remember that.
He wasn't too mean to me, but he had me doing burpees and
wasn't
all
too
kinds
mean.
of stuff. But I refuse to work out with my brother Rick. I wouldn't let my brother Rick train me because he would have me
just-
broke down. Like I would be crying. It'd be
like
bad.
back in the day in Unionville when Mom and Dad were at work.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah, it wouldn't be good. But Rick's really good at what he does. He could train someone else, but I don't think it'd be good for our relationship.
Fair enough.
But so I do own my shortcomings. But working out to me, which is probably why it's called working out, seems an awful lot like work to me. and I retired early, so what does that tell you? I mean, I'm really not, I don't mind to work. Like we talked about this, I think in one of the early episodes. We all talked about our first jobs. I've worked several jobs, at a time, and since I was 15 years old, but I want to do something that I enjoy, and working out just really is not a enjoyable thing to me.
You might look into what sewing and crafting, how many calories a day you burn from that. I mean, you might be doing something already.
Yeah.
So
napping, I think I read somewhere napping burns some.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go with that. Whatever that amount is good for me.
Right, that's great.
And the
That's
weather
great.
never affects a good nap. I mean, it's
No.
amazing.
I don't
Unless you're
care if
sleeping
it's-
outside.
I've never found
Yeah.
bad weather for napping. Though. It's just-
Now,
I've not found that.
are any of y'all nappers?
Oh yeah.
Are you like
yeah.
no? Like I mean, like
Yes.
it's your like it's.
I think he's serious.
He needs a minute. He needs a minute.
It's like
Let him
your,
think.
so it's like your job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the way I
I
am.
love to nap.
Like every day.
Now Renata, she can't do it. She can't take a nap.
Lori can't either.
It messes her up.
She cannot. She cannot.
But I won't say never, but she's less likely to get a good rest than I am on a nap.
Oh, I can't not take a nap.
What's the average age in here?
I'm close to that.
Are we?
What do you mean?
Are we getting old in here? I love to nap too. I just feel like, are we becoming old people?
What does it have to do with age? I've
I'm
been
not
napping
sure.
every day, once a day for like ever.
So it has nothing to do with age.
No, I
Thank
just
you,
love-
Dr. Sheila.
Yes, no. I just love to nap. It's my favorite thing
Do you
to do.
put the mask, the
No, I
silk
don't like those,
mask
but I
on?
do wear earplugs. And I didn't used to. That started because my husband snores, and I thought the earplugs were probably a better option than a pillow to his head.
That's paperwork anyway.
Yes, the other one leads to paperwork.
I snore, but I guess Renata says we got the beds that lift up, and so she'll.
Yes, yeah, we do
and,
too.
And they said that
Yeah.
works. I don't know.
So you don't snore anymore?
I don't know. I don't hear myself snore.
Because
You don't really care if you're
doesn't bother me a
snorting.
bit.
I've traveled with him.
Yeah, I do snore.
Oh, does he snore?
Oh yeah, I bring in the
Listen.
woodwork.
Listen,
Really?
Yeah.
Listen, I've heard him. He snores on the lazy boy.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll be out during a
Oh, yeah.
football game.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how Renata's gotten any sleep over the last
I really
30
don't
years.
either. But thank God she can put up with it.
Well, I did. I had to go put earplugs in. But
Yeah.
here's what Perry does. I've never filmed him or recorded him snoring. He snores. That's why I have the earplugs. But on the very rare occasion when I snore, what's he do?
Oh.
He records it.
He records
Does it make
me.
the Facebook?
No,
It's on the YouTube though.
but it is on the YouTube. No, so he records me.
Perry's not going to miss an opportunity.
I mean, really, dude? Seriously.
Just because you took the high road.
Right, I know. What was I expecting? So he records me, and then he's like, I call him every morning. He's usually out of the house. I'll get up, go run and get a cup of coffee. And so while I'm out, I'll call him and good morning, how are you? And I'm like, why did you seem to leave the house early? Well, somebody woke me up with their snoring, which I was assuming was me. I don't know.
Well, we hope it was.
But yeah, right. I mean,
Maybe it was Harper.
I could have been right.
Whatever.
So yeah, and then I deny it, and then he's like, oh really? And he plays it for me.
So maybe that's why he felt like you would deny it. So he has the evidence.
Yeah,
now?
yeah, he's got
Okay.
evidentiary.
Okay.
Yes,
So he doesn't deny his, right? So his is no fun. I mean, if you recorded him, he's like, yeah, well, whatever.
No, I think
snore.
he owns his snoring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't.
I don't snore.
Perry, Perry, call Perry.
Perry, we need the video, Perry.
I'll just take the
Let's
audio.
throw the
It's fine.
challenge.
Yeah.
Throw the challenge flag.
He's probably still got it. I'm
I would
guessing.
say.
Yeah, I'm
I would say
guessing.
he does.
So anyway,
That's sweet.
What are you gonna do? Well, there you go. Welcome to 2023,
Amen.
and thank you for joining us, man. We're really excited. We kicked this thing off in 2022. Just got that first month under the belt, and we are full steam ahead. We just really feel like God is going before us, and He's leading us in this. And we hope that you'll join us on this journey and just see where He takes us. We're really excited about where we're going, and 2023 is going to be a great
Tell them
year.
the name of our studio.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
We do.
a
We
name
do
for a
want to
studio.
tell you. We do have a
Yes.
name for a studio. So we're coming to you from the 70 times 7 studio.
That's right. 70 times 7. I love
70
it.
times 7. Now, do you know the relevance?
We do.
So what's the relevance to 70 times 7?
So when Jesus was asked how many times should we forgive, he said 70 times 7.
That's right.
But-
Peter, somebody had wronged Peter.
But
And
right before that, it was mentioned something about 7 times 7, right? Or 7.
well, Peter says to him, how many times somebody had wronged Peter, and he asked
Right.
Jesus, "How?
Right.
What should I do? How should I forgive them?" And of course Jesus said yes. And he goes, "Well, how many times should I give him? Like 7 times 7?" And Jesus said 70 times 7, infinite. You just
Yeah.
forgive, right?
Which doesn't mean 490.
Some people
right?
take that
No,
right.
right. Yeah,
right.
no.
No. Once you reach 490, you're done.
Right.
Right.
That means
Right.
we forgive.
Right.
Forgive. Or we should.
Right.
It's not easy,
No.
right?
No.
It's not easy once.
No. But imagine Jesus dying on the cross. Was
Oh
that
my
easy?
gosh. Oh my
Was that easy? And he did it
Yeah.
willingly.
Right.
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 You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not
He's not
my will,
asking
but
us to
your
do
will be
that.
done.
Right, right,
So
yeah.
so and again, I say that we talked about this last month with something we were talking about. Oh, with giving to other people, the blessing there is for us as well. A lot of people think that God wants us to give to others, or Jesus wants us to give to others to bless others, but the blessing we get is also part of it.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing for forgiveness. We are to forgive others for others, but God knows that if we forgive others, it's about our hearts that are healed, and we're not bitter and angry, because that will eat away at
Yeah.
you forever, and He doesn't want that for us.
Right.
So that's why we forgive 70 times 7. And so this is the 70 times 7
There
studio.
you go.
Thanks to Mike.
That's right,
Yes.
Mike
Our
Richardson, our producer.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. He's doing fantastic. We're
He
overachiever.
is. I know.
Mike and Carter are great. They're very.
They really are.
We
Right.
couldn't do it without them.
They're basically just showing off now.
Right, right.
All
At
this
this
stuff
point.
they're doing.
That's
I mean,
all right.
my
I
gosh.
like it.
I do too.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Well,
They're the best.
thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time around right here on the General Store.